Vella's residence. This is claim number 0899247669. Before scheduling for major repair work, we're going to do a single shingle replacement here to discover any obstacles that may be in the way of doing repairs to the shingle. We're going to be defining what that is through the NAFE. For the things I'm looking for in this replacement are going to be material transfer, creasing, tearing, and fastener pull-through. And we're going to decide based on the results it's feasible to continue with repairs. This is the shingle we have picked to do the repair on. As you can see, we got a good wind crease on this one. So let's continue with our replacement. So we're going to use a putty knife, just a standard tool, to unseal these shingles. We have to go up 2 layers in order to get all the nails, so we go up. And these 7 shingles surrounding the one we're going to repair are the ones that might be impacted during this repair, so they've been labeled as well, 1 through 7. We are unsealed. Let's make sure they're all unsealed. Good. All right, we're gonna get these out using an approved flat bar, which is the industry standard for this particular job. Got a bit of a fastener pull through here on this shingle, which I will show you what that looks like in the end. Fastener pull through is one of the things I'm looking for, and fastener pull throughs happen when the nail backs up out of the shingle, causing a hole larger than the initial hole and impacting the condition of the shingles. So we had a couple of these have fastener pull-throughs. We'll take the shingle out and take a look at it. Alright, so this is the shingle we just removed. And this one had a fastener pull-through. This one and that one. We've got a lot of material here. This is some debris, some material. Take a look at the back. Cellophane strip. Let's take a look at the year mark of this shingle. So I'm going to just make another thing I want to point out is this material here. So this material has been transferred from the back of this strip. You can see right there, a whole lot of material transfer on this shingle. We got to slide all the way to the top, so we're looking at a 20-year 3-tab. So we already know it's likely these are not going to be the same shingles going back in. So using an industry standard 25-year Owens Corning shingle spring to replace this one. Sides lined up. Sides lined up. Alright. So we're gonna initially try to do this with the roof snake tool, which a lot of people dislike, but if it is a possibility, some people prefer it. So we're gonna attempt to use it first. Put it right here in the nailing zone. Okay, looks like we're able to get it in there. Let's see if we can keep it straight. This tool is basically garbage. Let's try this again. We're not getting a very flush hit on this. Alright, come take a look at this. So the roof snake isn't working. The nails keep getting pushed to the side, bent over. They're not going to go flush in there. We're not going to use this tool. This is not the preferred method of use. So we're going to use hammer and nail. And I'm going to show you exactly how far I need to bend this shingle to hit this nail flush. I need to bend it at least this far so that I can get a swing in there without chipping the edge of this shingle in. So we're going to lift it just enough to get this thing hit in. Continue this process the same way, using good care, proper techniques and tools here. Just bending this up enough where I can hit this shingle. Alright, moving right along. Alright, last one on this row. Moving up to shingle 7 here. Do this. One more shingle. Right there, one more nail and we're done. Okay, so the new shingle is in, and I'm going to quickly go over the resulting shingle. So first things first, let's check underneath. We're going to look at the condition of the material underneath these shingles. All right, as you can see, underneath all these shingles, there is material that is transferred onto this shingle. So shingle 5 here has material transferred to the back of it. Let's check shingle 7 here. We've got more material transfer in there. Same on this one. A lot of material transfer on 7 as well, down low and up high. All right, so let's check now the condition of the shingles compared to the control area. So this is the control area. We have very little granular loss on these shingles, just gently brushing it. They haven't been changed as far as that goes. So let's take a look at these shingles now. Okay, and we have a heavy granular loss on these shingles. As you can see, even a little bit of a crease line forming on some of these, showing where the granules are falling off more heavily around there. So in total, we've got material transfer on 7, 5. Let's check 1 and 2. So we have material transfer on 2. We got material transfer on 1. 3's okay. 4's okay. 6 is okay. We had fastener pull-throughs, but those are already damaged. So 1, 2, 3, 4 shingles out of 7. We didn't see any creasing really, tearing. But we did have fastener pull-through. So we have 2 types of damages occurring and 4 shingles affected during this repair. So we have to label this as a temporary repair, because it is going to require maintenance, and the surrounding shingles are going to be affected during the repair and not in the same condition as they were prior. We would request at this time that the entire slope be replaced.